Hi everyone, in this week's Flip Learning video we're going to do a bit of a review of everything that we've covered so far in class in Unit A, leading up to the assessment that we're going to do on Monday. So we just want to recap all the things we've done so far in class, and this video is going to focus on those final four elements, the things that we've not covered in our videos so far. And hopefully this will help you to prepare for Monday's assessment. Earlier on in the unit we had a go at rounding, so there's two questions here for you to have a look at. For the first one, there's the right answer and the two most likely wrong answers, so see if you can find out which the right answer is and what the misunderstanding is with the two incorrect responses. And the second question is a little bit harder, so have a go at those two, pause the video, and then we'll go through the solutions in a moment. So for the first question, 3,453 is between 3,400 and 3,500, and of those two numbers it's closest to 3,500. We know that because when we're rounding to the nearest hundred we need to look at the next column back, which is the tens column, and that's 5 tens, so we know that we need to round that up, making it 3,500. The most likely wrong answers there, 3,450 has been rounded to the nearest 10, not the nearest 100, and for option C, that number is actually nowhere near 3,453. We've forgotten the 3,000s. And then the next question, the smallest whole number rounded to the nearest 100 is 2,500. Well, it will have to be 2,400 so that it's as small as possible, and then if we make it 2,450, it will still round up, but it's as small as that number could possibly be. We've also had a look at using different multiplication strategies and using a strategy that matches with the question most effectively. So for multiplying and dividing by 10 and 100 and 1,000, we talked about how it's important to move the digits the correct number of places so that the digits are in the correct columns, considering whether the number is going to get bigger or smaller. And then also relating multiplying by 10 and 100 to multiplying and dividing by 20 and 200. So have a go at those four questions, pause the video, and then we'll go through them in a moment. So for 0.34 multiplied by 100, I'll have to move each digit 2 places, so the 3 will no longer be 3 tenths or 3 units, but 3 tens, so it's moved 2 columns, and the 400ths will move 2 as well, so it will become 4 units, so that number will become 34. I can then use the fact that I know that 0.34 times 100 is 34 to do 0.34 times 200, which must be just double the answer above. So essentially I can double then multiply by 100, or I could multiply 100 and then double to get me to 68. For 9 divided by 10, I've got 9 units, so if I divide it by 10 it will have to get smaller by 1 place, so it will become 9 tenths, and I need to show it's 9 tenths by making sure there's 0.9, and when I do 9 divided by 100 then it will move 2 places from being 9, so it will become 0.09, and of course the zeros here are really important for showing that this 9 is 9 hundredths. Now all of these questions could be answered using different multiplication strategies, so have a go at them. The one on the bottom right's the most difficult one, the brown one, so do that if you think you want a real challenge, but have a go and have a think about the different strategies you use to answer each question. So I'm going to show you a few different ways you could try and answer these questions, not to say they're the only ways of course. 50 multiplied by 6 and then 9 multiplied by 6 added together will give me the answer to 59 multiplied by 6. I'm just timing the 6 by each bit of the number 59. So 6 5s are 30, so that must be 300 56s, and 9 6s are 54, and so if I add those together it will become 354. Equally, for 59 times 6, I might just think, well, 60 times 6 is 360, And so 59 sixes must be 1 6 less than that, so I can take that away, and that will also give me 354. For the other example at the top, we've got 45 multiplied by 20. I'd probably start by doing 45 multiplied by 10 to give me 450, and then I would double that, so because I know that multiplied by 20 is double multiplied by 10, so that will give me 900. For £1.98 times by 4, I'll probably round the £1.98 to £2 and think £2 times by 4 would give me £8, and think, well, how much do I need to take off that £8? So I've got the right quantity overall. Of course, I'd need to take off 4 lots of 2p, which is the difference between the £1.98 and £2. So that would be taking away 8p, giving me £7.92. For the example at the bottom, it could be that this one's done with a written method, 25, 40, and 8, and multiplying all the pieces together. Another way, of course, you could go about that is think 48 multiplied by 100 is 4,800. And then if I divide that by 2, it would be like multiplying it by 50, and dividing it by 2 again, it would be like multiplying it by 25. So if I do 4,800 divided by 4, that will give me 1,200. And then finally, the really tricky example. I guess here it's recognising that 13 times 3 is 39, so 13 times 300 will give me 3,900, and then I would need 2 more lots of 13 to make 3,926, giving me 302. An enormous well done to anyone who got there with that one. And then finally, we've done lots of work looking at problem solving, and specifically the order in which to solve problems, like when we did the heist. So have a go at this one. This is from a SATS paper. Pause the video now, and then I'll go through the solution in a moment. Okay, well this is an interesting example, because here you can see that these 2 boxes here are going to have to add up to 10 in total. These ones here are going to have to add up to 9 in total, and obviously the ones at the bottom are going to have to add up to 6. Now the thing that's slightly tricky here is that there's lots of ways of making the 10. I could do 8 and 2, I could do 7 and 3. There's different ways of making the 9. I could use 8 and 1 and 7 and 2. But the only one that I know for certain is the bottom one, because the only way of making 6 with the numbers that I've got left is 4 and 2. So that's the thing that I know for certain. So I'll do that one first, and then I'll cross off the 4 and I'll cross off the 2. Now I've tried to go about answering this question in the right order, working out those certainties, I can fill in the other gaps. It has to be 7 and 3, and of course they could go in either order. And that will leave me with 8 and 1 to make up that 9. If you want to extend your learning based on this homework, go and visit the Padlet page. The address for that is just above. I'm going to put on there a few extra questions that you can have a go at if you want to. And also, if there's anything that you find particularly difficult, or you need a bit of help, you can go on there, write down the things you found challenging, and we could see if we could help each other. Equally, feel free to go and have a look at other people's comments and see if you can help each other in trying to get to the right answers. Good luck, enjoy, and we'll see you in school on Monday.